Welcome back to Straight Facts by Dinar Investor.
Hey guys, I've stayed quiet for a reason today. Some very keen articles came out, and I wanted to see how many other gurus were sharp enough to catch on to these details, and sadly enough, none of them were. That's okay. I spotted them right away, and we're going to share them with you. Let's get on here. There's only two articles in this. The first one said, this is the date of the interrogation of Adel Abdul Mahdi in Parliament, okay? What they want to kind of grill him on is, look in the red right there. It says, review what has been achieved from the government program. That is one of the items I have put under a spotlight for you guys throughout this entire year. Every time the phrase the government program came up within articles, I stressed it to you guys. Guys, the government program is everything that gets implemented. Better health care, better lives, all the government services and resources they will provide to the citizens after the rate change. Again, though, guys, it's waiting on the rate change. Now, what have I told you guys since the end of August? That very soon you're going to notice, without a shadow of a doubt, that the government's hands are tied. There's going to be very little they'll be able to do to provide for the citizens until the rate changes. You guys are seeing that as clear as day now. Okay, look at everything that they provided and that they talked about regarding the reforms. Some low-cost housing units. Again, that's money that for low-cost housing units, that has to come from allocated money from within the 2020 budget. So the low-cost housing won't even happen probably till more in the Q2 of next year. Okay, it's probably starting sometime in April. So you've got that. They offered them a little money, and there was a third thing. Anyway, I forgot what it was. Nothing major, though. As you guys see, though, they were only able to offer the citizens very little because their hands are tied, and that's simply because outside external powers control the timing of the rate change, guys, and that's called Donald Trump. Donald Trump controls the timing of the rate change. He's the one. The U.S. government is the only group that shed blood for Iraq. We poured trillions of dollars into Iraq. We also Trump actually put the tariffs on China and the sanctions on Iran. We, the U.S. and or the Trump administration, are the ones calling the shots, controlling the timing on this, not the IMF and not the World Bank. The IMF and the World Bank did not shed blood for Iraq. They didn't pour trillions of dollars into Iraq, nor have they put tariffs and sanctions on everybody else. Okay? So again, though, guys, in this first article, it talks about they're going to kind of interrogate Mahdi on the government program, and guys, he can't do a damn thing with that until after the rate change. And I'm just showing you guys because it keeps stacking up. The evidence keeps stacking up and compiling as to what Mahdi and or the government of Iraq is actually able to do to provide for the citizens, and you're seeing that as clear as day. Let's get into the second article. This one was earlier from today. You guys actually saw it. Really, nobody commented on it, though. This is by Barzani. What he's saying is that the situation in Iraq is a result of 15 years of failure. Okay? Now, let's look at the red highlights I brought forth for you. It says, calls for amendments to the Constitution. Well, guys, go back to July when Kurdistan and Baghdad started resolving all their differences regarding the 2020 budget and the math pertaining to Article 140 and the HCL within that 2020 budget. Okay, then as we got into the current legislative term near the beginning of September, they came out saying that they were going to start approving/implementing some of those controversial baskets of laws, and they even mentioned the oil and gas law. You're not going to see the oil and gas law during this current legislative term, guys. Won't happen. Okay, then earlier this week, I brought you an article where they actually talked about amending the Constitution within 4 months. Well, don't trust them on dates. I brought this forth to you guys many times. They lie to you on dates all across the board. You won't see the Constitution amended probably till closer to April-ish, okay? And again, the Constitution can't be amended till after the rate change. And guys, remember that huge basket of laws I keep telling you about, and I've showed that to you in news articles? That basket of laws, that's what's forcing them to have to amend the Constitution. Remember, for example, Article 140 is just that. It is Article 140 of the Constitution. Today, Article 139 is the highest article today within the Constitution. So all these items are post-rate change items. They have to amend the Constitution and add them. So as you guys are seeing now, a lot of things are stacking up, compiling, showing you that there's very little the government can actually do until the rate changes. Here's the articles for you guys. Have a great day.
This is the date of interrogation of Adel Abdul Mahdi in Parliament. November 2nd, 2019. Baghdad. The deputy of the coalition of Saran Rad Hussein, on Saturday, the date of questioning Prime Minister Adel Abdul Mahdi in the House of Representatives on demonstrations and the government program. Hussein said in a press statement that the members of the Alliance and the Victory gathered the signatures of more than 60 deputies to interrogate Abdul Mahdi on the demands of the demonstrators and review what has been achieved from the government program, pointing out that the presidency of the parliament sent a notification to Abdul Mahdi to attend within the House of Representatives. He added that the response to the request of the parliament is within 7 days, but Abdul Mahdi will attend the parliament midweek as the country is going through critical conditions and large popular protests. Noting that the presence of Abdul Mahdi in the parliament is important to know the facts. Masoud Barzani, the current situation in Iraq is the result of the failure of 15 years. November 2nd, 2019. Cortes of Brazil. November 2nd, 2019, 6 hours, 29 minutes, and 12 seconds. Kurdistan Democratic Party, KDP, leader Masoud Barzani on Saturday issued a statement on the current protests in Iraq and calls for amendments to the constitution. We are concerned about the current political situation in Iraq and the protests and demonstrations of citizens, Barzani said in his statement. Citizens have many concerns and problems, and they have the right to demonstrate, protest and express their demands. It is therefore necessary to listen to the demands of the people and not to solve problems through violence and bloodshed. Abu Zaid Barzani, saying that one of the most important problems facing Iraq is the non-application of the constitution, adding, if the Iraqi constitution was implemented in full, we would not have faced most of the previous and current problems. He pointed out that the cause of the current situation is the Iraqi election law. In order to solve the problem from the basis must change this law so that the election results reflect the real and fair demands of all components. Regarding calls for changing the Iraqi constitution, Barzani said, we believe that changing the constitution is not by force or by force. In any case, changing the constitution should not undermine the democratic system, as well as diminish the rights of the Kurdish people and other components. We emphasize that it is the democratic system that is in the interest of the Iraqi people, not the dictatorship, Barzani concluded.